Black pastor vanished in 1977, but 25 years later, a logger found this under a tree stump. What was inside changed everything. In 1977, a black pastor from a small town in Arkansas vanished without a trace. His name was Elijah Freeman. People in the church whispered rumors, but no one ever found out what happened. His teenage son, Marcus, never got answers. 25 years later, Marcus was sitting alone in his apartment near the Ozark Mountains. He was watching TV when a call came in. It was a detective. She said a logger found something strange in the forest, an old Adidas bag under a tree stump. Inside were a robe and a Bible with Elijah Freeman's name. Marcus couldn't believe it. He went with the police to the forest. There, he saw the tree stump and the bag. What was inside the bag changed everything. Marcus stared at the old Adidas bag lying on the ground. A Bible and a robe were inside. Both belonged to his father, Pastor Elijah Freeman. The Bible had his father's name and handwriting. Marcus hadn't seen that writing in 25 years. His hands shook as he touched the items. The detective told Marcus they would test everything for DNA and look deeper into the case. Back at home, Marcus pulled out his father's old sermon books. He noticed the one from 1977, the year Elijah disappeared, was missing. His father's personal diary from that year was also gone. Marcus decided to visit his father's old church. Inside, he met two elderly pastors, Harold and George, who had once worked with Elijah. They were surprised to see Marcus after all these years. He asked if they had seen the missing sermon or diary. They helped him look around, but nothing turned up. Before leaving, Marcus prayed quietly. He didn't realize he had left one of his notebooks on a table in the church library. Later that evening, Marcus returned to the church to get the notebook. While there, he saw another old book on a high shelf. When he pulled it down, something caught his eye. Notes in his father's handwriting. In the margins, two names were written and then erased: Harold and George. Marcus read the notes more closely. His father had written about missing church funds and how someone might be stealing money. Marcus felt sick. Could these pastors have had something to do with his father's disappearance? Just then, he noticed Harold and George outside, digging in the church cemetery. Marcus followed them quietly as they loaded a bag and shovel into a car. He called the detective and reported what he saw. Marcus followed the car into the forest. He watched as Reverend George stopped at a cliffside lookout and started walking toward the edge with the bag. Marcus called out to him. George looked shocked. When police arrived, the bag was opened. Inside were Elijah Freeman's missing sermon notebook, his personal diary, and bones, likely his remains. Reverend George broke down and confessed. He said Elijah had planned to expose them for stealing church money. They killed him in the basement, buried his body under an old grave, and hid the rest of his things in the forest. After 25 years, the truth had come out. Elijah Freeman had not run away. He had been silenced for trying to do the right thing. His son had finally uncovered the truth and cleared his father's name.